Digimon Con 2025 had many promising things that were announced. At the end of the con, there was the Digimon Adventure Beyond trailer that showed off more Digimon Adventure. Sure, it looked good, but it's something they keep coming back to over and over again, so that even some of us big-time fans of Adventure, we've seen enough. But right after that is where things got really exciting. These dark, mysterious silhouettes in the middle of bright neon colors in an upside-down looking city? There wasn't a lot to be seen there, but the promise of a new Digimon anime, Digimon Beatbreak, which will be coming in October of 2025, with the most clear look at what appears to be our newest main character and his partner Digimon, whom the fanbase is already calling Geckomon, as it looks like a gecko, and gecko means moon in Japanese. So there's not a lot of information about Beatbreak just yet. Emotion-devouring digital life forms is a line seen in the trailer. There have been many things touching on that, from Data Squad to even more recent ones like Cyber Sleuth, but never the focus of an entire story. Now that we're over 2 years removed from the most recent Digimon anime Ghost game, I have faith they have had some time to think about it and you give us a better product. As personally, I haven't been thrilled with the season of Digimon since, well, Cross Wars. So for me personally, here are my top 5 things that Digimon Beatbreak needs to get right in order to be a good season. I'm sure some of your priorities might be different, and that is what the comments are for. Number 1, give us a meaningful plot. Story, meaningful choices, cliffhangers, suspense throughout, overarching questions that can finally get some answers. These are the kinds of things that drive a sense of interest. There will always be the occasional filler episode or the sometimes even slightly better bottle episode in a story. Those are better left as the exception than the rule. This can be in smaller 2-part episodes or the grander story arcs that will take up entire quarters or thirds of a season. As Myotismon is a constant threat to the children and even an unprotected 8th child as he goes to the real world. The D-Reaper invades as a constant threat across the entire ending dozen episodes or so of Tamers. It must collect a majority of the Code Crowns or else Bakura's army can totally remake the world as it sees fit in Cross Wars, making each zone feel it's self-contained in a bottle, yet has implications for the world and story in all of it. And what was the plot of Ghost Game? Well, each episode was such a bottle and formulaic that I can't really tell you, except for maybe the last 4 episodes? I've already been teased with the emotion devouring. So what can that mean in the bigger sense? Sure, it can be one episode of a Digimon lifting off emotion, but it's so much better if it is more than that. Are they somehow collecting emotions to empower one of the 7 deadly Digimon? One has drained so many emotions that it debilitates an entire towns or blocks of cities. They must deal with its power and cronies that it has gained through having all this power. Anything they can do to make an overarching feeling of story and suspense to keep us excited to come back and see the next episode. Number 2, teamwork. Digimon has never been a story about just one character. I'm looking at you, Ty from Adventure 2010. Why were you always there even when it made no sense? This is partially because each of them has a partner, but also because Digimon has never been about a single person in the digital world. Well, at least not in the anime. There are some mangas and games that have done that. But usually, we're having at least 3 members as part of the team, with different things to bring to the table, or at least that's how it's supposed to be. Bringing more brawn, brains, compassion, or any number of different things to an encounter can really change up how it goes. Is this a situation that requires Marcus's quick punching tactics, or Thomas's analytics and tactics? Each person has their own strengths that can be turned to when the time comes. This can also be true for Digimon, if even in the simpler ways, such as an aquatic Digimon shines in a sea battle, or it can knock a sea-dwelling Digimon out of the water so others can fight better. These are just a few simple ways in which they can make them feel more like a team to work together, which can always be something that starts off weak and difficult, as they may be thrown together as a really rough team at first, but builds over time with experience and trust in each other to truly shine as a team, not just any one person. Number 3, convincing villains. The main protagonists are important, as we get to see them all the time, but there's no one to challenge them. How will they learn and grow? A good villain can be just as important, raising the stakes anytime they're evolved or overall for the entire season. The dark masters of the original adventure warping the entire digital world at their leisure while they were away, even deleting the Digidestined's friends while they were away or right in front of their face. Kurata, still the best villain in all of Digimon, come at me haters, with a single-minded mission to destroy all Digimon as a truly black-hearted villain. Millenniumon out to destroy the world! Or at least I think that what it was doing. It didn't really establish villains much in Adventure 2020 despite how long it was, and having plenty of time to do so if they wanted. Do these emotion-devouring Digimon have someone they work for? Are they working together as a gang for a greater purpose? Give us some reason to care about what is happening. They can stop the grunts before a bigger bad shows up and they get defeated with a setback until they can return to defeat that villain and make that victory all the sweeter. Let them have some difficult choices of saving someone from these terrible consequences, but if they do, the villain might get away with something or escape altogether. This can be one great villain behind all of it, such as Lord Bagra was, or, as many seasons have done, a new villain for each different story arc as we go through, where you have one that's a champion, ultimate mega, as a very basic example, to challenge the different power levels that they're at. It has been too long since we've really gotten a villain to all band together and hate as a fan base. Number 4 is growth causing Digivolution. Nothing says Digimon like the first time someone unlocks a new Digivolution. These key moments are meant to highlight the battles that they have gone through, not just the physical ones, but also the emotional and mental battles that come in the highs and lows of a good season. By learning the difference between recklessness and bravery. Thomas facing the tragic death of his mother to overcome that grief. Joe standing up in Adventure 2020 when Sora was hurt. There have been many great examples throughout the years. I mean, Ghost Game gave us a pretty strong one for the first Battle Gammamon, but that's about it. I mean, Thetismon was a good setup and episode, but nothing carried over beyond that because Ghost Game, well, didn't believe in anything carrying over like character growth. Even though Mormon had a great idea with learning between courage and recklessness. But instead, she is just rewarded for being reckless and gets her Digivolution anyway. I mean, champions don't always need to be the biggest thing in order to get. But those later stages, after so much time together, should mean a lot more. There's the kind of thing that sets Digimon aside from a lot of other monster-raising shows, like Pokemon, among others. Both Digimon and human having their own personalities, wants, and changes that happen over the many months that a season takes place. Good stories should have arcs not just for the plot, but for every character involved, and well. In an ideal world, for both the humans and also their Digimon partners to grow together. And finally for me at number 5 are creative battles. Digimon has come a long way since its early days, where there was not really a big budget or expectations of the shows, and battles were quick, not the real focus of spectacle. Just looking at some of the more recent anime movies, Digimon Adventure Tri had some amazing looking battles for the art and animation. But just because it looks pretty is not enough for me personally. I want some creativity. Not just something so forced in Ghost Game to make no one an actual villain and just misunderstood for the 30th time this season. Yes, the cool wind in Ghost Game was a good idea, but it contradicted what was established 20 episodes before it. Good try, writers, though. Using the environment, new creative tactics, and teamwork, there are many ways to make the many battles that take place in it be far more than just the required piece to keep the viewer's attention. The way even the V-Tamer manga started, way back when Digimon was starting, where they had to use the enemy's own attacks against them because they weren't strong enough just to fight them head on. The enemy is venting steam out of its back? Well then what happens if we plug that up? The enemy has a boat and an entire crew? Time to flip the boat with a giant Technotron. Clever ways to combine attacks that aren't just energies mixed together to become bigger. With many different forms, enemies, settings that Digimon can offer, there are so many different possibilities that can be used here. It doesn't have to be every episode, but these are easily the kind of moments that stick out to me and that I will remember for years to come. These are my top 5 things that I think are needed to make sure that Digimon Beatbreak is a great anime. What are some of the things that you are most worried or excited about seeing in a brand new Digimon anime? Leave them down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my list. If you want to learn more about what we learned at Digimon Con, about Digimon Story Time Stranger, why not click here? Or maybe about another one of my videos over here that the almighty YouTube algorithm thinks that you will enjoy.